guys, happy Sunday. I'm starting off this vlog with some of the things that I picked up this weekend. My family was visiting in town this past weekend. I kind of filmed a whole montage of all of that in my last video, but of course, while they were here, we did some shopping, and who would I be if I wasn't getting things for next year? And looking at the Target dollar spot specifically, my whole don't spend money is not going so well so far this year. But I think the stuff is useful and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully it works out. But we went to Target for, I forget what it was, but one of the Targets by me doesn't have any school stuff out. And then the one that we went to had like the start of some of the school stuff. It definitely wasn't everything. I'm kind of drooling over Instagram with the Target teachers page where they post everything and everybody like says what they have in their Target. I'm waiting for it to hit. But I'm hoping it comes soon. I'm hoping I don't spend too much money because I did already kind of make a dent, but it was a dollar spot, so I don't really feel too terrible. I found these, which were basically what I needed immediately. They are magnetic folder bins, and I'm just gonna stick these on my filing cabinets and kind of keep the student files in these for IEPs and triennial meetings, and this way I can kind of organize them and sort them and have them easily accessible, because I kind of just had them on a shelf last year, but my new classroom doesn't really have too many shelves that I have not already used up, so I think these are going to come in super handy, and they were only $1 each. They had a bunch of colors, but naturally I just went for black because I'm boring and maybe a little gothic. The next thing I got was this date chart, and kind of like the date and the weather. Ooh, too close. And I have the alphabet chart like this, which I'm going to be using for articulation. And this one, I thought that this would just be good. Actually, it's called a felt weather chart. It practices emotions, dates, weather, seasons. And if these children are anything like my kiddos at my last school, they struggled with the seasons and the dates, honestly. We spent a lot of time at my other school working on the 4 different seasons and not confusing that with the months of the year. So hopefully this will be good. The only bummer is that I don't have a window in my room. I no longer am facing an outside wall, so I might just have to do different pictures or kind of look up the forecast for the day and kind of get a picture of it, and then this way I can ask them what the weather is, because odds are they're probably not going to remember whatever it was when they came in during the school day. But I really like it because we're working on the day, the month, and also the year. Like we said, the seasons, and then also emotions, which is a huge thing, and I think that'll be really important just to kind of start off the day. We can talk about, you know, what day it is, what the weather is like, all the basics, how are we feeling today, and things like that. So that'll work really well with my social skills groups. So I'm excited to hang this up. I have to figure out how to hang this up because I only have cement walls. I'm thinking hot glue, but if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. And then the last thing that I got, see, it wasn't that bad at Target. I thought this book was really adorable. It is a book on starting the day. It kind of just has daily care activities such as brushing your teeth and tying your shoes, combing your hair, and washing yourself. And my kids, especially the younger ones that I'm going to use this with, love felt books. I have the dinosaur felt book from Target, and that was a hit, along with all of my dinosaur figurines that I got from the Target dollar spot as well. So I'm really excited to introduce this and to use this with the kids, because these are a bunch of different things that we actually need to work on. So daily living skills, also a huge plus. And then we went to Kirkland's, which is like a furniture home decor store, and it wasn't anything educational, I guess, but I did pick up a new letterboard. They were on sale. I think these are the same ones that they sell in Target. Target, or maybe even Home Goods or Michael's. I forget where I've seen this, but I've definitely seen it. But it was on like a really good sale price. I think I got it for, $10, $8, I don't know, but it was there, they had them, so I grabbed one. It comes with all of the letters again, which I also have the letters for my old letter board. I'm not sure if they're gonna fit in here, so I can double check that, and then also some phrases, so that's exciting. I was gonna get one of the family packs, but it said a lot of family phrases, so they weren't going to apply for school, but I think we'll start off with this. And like I said, I loved having my letter board. Last year I would put like different quotes and things on there to ask the kids, just phrases to talk about. So I guess it kind of is educational, but it's also super pretty and I'm kind of in love with it. So I did grab this, but that was all I picked up this week / weekend. So I'm pretty excited about that. Today I'm going to be cleaning up the house. My family did leave yesterday morning, so I just kind of want to do a quick pickup before it gets out of control with 3 pets now. There's hair everywhere all the time. And then I have to edit a video and work on some stuff for my TPT shop for next year, and then just also some general school stuff for my personal caseload, and just kind of figuring out who does what, who's working on what, maybe make up a goal sheet, and this way I can have all of the goals easily accessible. If it's something that I feel like is going to be super useful or that I find that I really utilize a lot, I will definitely let you guys know and post that in my TPT store. Definitely want to get some stuff done with that, and then I don't know, it's a nice day out, maybe we will take a walk, who knows, but I will check in with you guys once we kind of get this show on the road. Check in. It's a little bit after 12 or so. I finished cleaning up much earlier this morning. I got some work done, which is good. I started off on my schedule, which is awesome, and I can kind of put that into effect tomorrow. And then just now my friends actually texted me and we are gonna head to the pool. So I'm really excited about that. This is like my first official pool trip. I mean, I've laid out in my backyard, but I haven't gone to like a legitimate pool. So that'll be exciting. I just got my pool clothes on, which are my normal clothes. And I'm gonna head out here in a little bit once my phone charges up and just kind of hang out with them and catch up because I haven't seen them since last Tuesday. So that'll be good. And then I'll come home, shower, and get back to work and kind of finish up everything that I have to do for today. And then, like I said, tomorrow we can start with my new walking schedule. I'm hoping that I'm getting up early enough before it gets too hot because it's still oppressively hot here in Virginia. Just finishing up getting ready. I'm about to take the trek to Harper's Ferry, West Virginia today. I'm going to probably go pick some berries, which it's a perfect day. It's not, well, it is really hot out, but it's not as hot as it has been. I know it's a really overcast day, so that works out perfectly. I just kind of spent the morning cleaning up the house, playing with a little chipper dip here. Say hi, Chip. Such a happy boy. He loves his mouse. That's not even his. It was the cat's, but they don't play with them. And then I've got his little teepee here. I did finally find a bed for the teepee, or like a little mat. It fits in there pretty well when the cats aren't in there. But he doesn't like to stay in it too much. Like, he'll go in and lay down, but if he can't see me, he comes running out to find me, which is kind of cute also, though. You need to learn to stay where you are, huh? Yeah. Look at you all stretched out. Anyway, yesterday I spent the entire day going through my caseload for next year, and I made goal sheets for my articulation and my language kiddos, because that's just the easiest way that I know how to do it. But I made it on Google Docs this year so that this way it just transfers everywhere and I don't have to worry about emailing it to myself. So it looks a lot nicer than it has in the past. Hopefully it works out. It helps me not only group kids once I figure out, like I meet them all and I kind of figure out their level, but it also is just a really good quick reference guide. So what I do is I make different boxes, and at the title of the box would be the goal that's being worked on, so like WH questions, or I don't know, the R sound if it's articulation. And then I put every kid that's working on that goal, their name, in a vertical list. So it's just a really easy way to see who's working on what and what's going on, so that this way I can target different goals for different kids, or I can make a group up based on common goals, and then we can really just target that during the whole session. But that took way longer than I thought it was going to, so that was most of yesterday. But I'm working on some comprehension activities, and then, fun fact, I also have to redo all of my articulation cards, which I'm very sad about because my computer deleted it. I don't know, the file is lost. I cannot find it anywhere. I know I didn't delete it, but my computer has been just kind of shutting down because I'm still using my old laptop for TPT stuff. So I have to start it over, which makes me sad, but it'll get done. So that'll be exciting once that finally gets finished. And like I said, I do want to definitely work on some more comprehension stuff. I'm doing kind of like a detective theme for it, and it's called Confidential Comprehension. I know, super savvy. But it's kind of like a detective theme, and what I have is, I think I'm going to end up doing it two different ways. I have one way where you need a code reader, which is basically just red cellophane paper or wrap or whatever it's called. I know some games, or some people already have code readers from other games. I have it where I was going to cut it out and Mod Podge it to a magnifying glass just to kind of add to it, but I also realized that probably not everyone's going to want to go to that length for it, so I will just kind of include regular cards that don't have the code reader. But I think the code reader is going to be super motivating for kids, because that's pretty much the whole premise of most of the games that I played as a kid. Like, if it had a code reader in it, it was awesome. And just the fact that you don't have the answer initially. I also like it because the kids can't figure out what the answer is. Sometimes if you write the answer like upside down on the back, the kids still try to like sneak a peek at them. So this is really cool because they literally have no way to figure out what it is unless they have the magnifying glass. And with only one magnifying glass, I will hand it to each student once everybody gives me an answer. And they do their best, so that this way I know that there's no sneak peeks involved. So I think that'll be a really cool activity, especially since when I was making my goal chart yesterday, I found out that a lot of my kids are doing like turn taking, pragmatic goals, and WH comprehension questions. And then I also have a ton of kids that are doing like grammatically correct sentences and putting sentences in the correct order. So I'm going to make a bunch of activities for that. Hopefully these new activities will help my new caseload of kids and they will be really into them. I'm really excited about it, so fingers crossed, and hopefully you guys like it as well. I'm only at 24% battery, so I might try to film on my phone a little bit, but if there is a disparity in the quality of footage, that is why. We shall see. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. morning, guys. It is the day after my adventure excursion, and I tried to film this clip last night when I got home from being out, but it was already after 9 o'clock, and I have terrible lighting in my house. I use all of the vintage Edison bulbs, so the lighting quality is just extremely poor, especially when there's no natural light. So I'm going to refilm it now, and hopefully it'll match up to the previous clips. But I did grab some clips yesterday of blueberry picking. That was a lot of fun. They weren't quite ready yet, but we still did get a bunch of blueberries to make, I think, a simple sauce. So that's not my area of expertise. Y'all know I can't cook. So I'll hopefully just be a taste tester. But then I got some clips of the mall, and we went into the Boscov's side of it because there's a Boscov's anchor and a Home Depot anchor on either side of the mall, and then it's just kind of the abandoned mall in between. Both the Home Depot and the Boscov's are still open, and honestly, Boscov's, I've never heard of that place before, but it seemed like a pretty happening department store. Like, a lot of people were there, especially for, what was yesterday, a Wednesday? It was a Wednesday, so a lot of people were in the store shopping around. So I guess it's not too big of a deal that it's attached to an abandoned building. But we went around the outside of the mall and tried to get some clips. But then the Boscov's entrance was definitely way better because the windows weren't tinted and frosted. So what they ended up doing was they just paneled over the entryway into the mall, and then right on the other side of the security sensors, they kind of just put the paper panels over the windows, but they left the panels on either side of the windows open so you could still see into the mall. So that's where we pretty much hung out and tried to get a glimpse of what was going on. And you'll definitely see in some of the clips, it was pretty rundown. I think the mall closed officially in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the logistics of it, but it was actually not as bad as I expected it to be. I thought there would have been way more broken windows by now, and there were definitely a fair share that had been broken and boarded up, but honestly, I feel like with a little bit of TLC, it could probably be something really cool. So hopefully, whoever bought the space will eventually renovate it and turn it into something really neat, because I think that would be interesting to see. But it was just really cool because I had previously watched it, the tour of the mall done by Dan Bell. A few years ago before it had closed, he had gone in and kind of gone through everything, so it was just neat to see, the exact same thing in person that I had seen on YouTube. So I will definitely link his video down below because it's way more in-depth and far better quality and cinematography than anything I could ever do. Just in case you're interested in it, mine I did speed up because I know that's not everybody's niche, and it was just part of the day. So, but it was a really cool experience to see, and like I said, Dan Bell is awesome. I love watching his videos. I think I said that in a previous video, but I will definitely link his channel down below too, in case, again, that's something that you're interested in. He does the Dead Mall series. He does a series with haunted buildings, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then I recently, unfortunately, started watching his Dirty Room series where they go into hotels and they inspect them. And I'm pretty sure I'm never going to stay in a hotel ever again for as long as I live. So if you're not into that stuff, definitely don't watch it. You will be scarred for life. You cannot unsee the things that they have seen. But it is pretty interesting, and it unfortunately is a real thing, so I'm all the wiser now. But after we went to the mall, we went to the store called Wonder Books, and it was a used book, video, record, cassette tape store. Very nostalgic, but they had so many books, more books than I probably have ever seen in my entire life. I would argue just as much, if not more, than a library. They were just stacked on the shelves. They were organized by genre, but as far as anything else goes, they were just it was a free-for-all. But there was a huge educational section, and of course, who would I be if I wasn't looking for books or activities or games or toys or something for work. Clearly, my whole summer of no spending for my job has gone out the window. We're just gonna forget I ever said that because it's not holding up. But to be fair, big books are pretty pricey. If you're a teacher, you definitely know that on the internet, they cost an arm and a leg. Even if you can get them used, they're still around like $15 to $20. But these were actually super cheap. I think one was $4 or $3 and one was $5. So it was under $10 total. But they were two books that, I don't know, just kind of resonated with me. So the first one I got is the big version of If You Give a Mouse a Muffin. And I do If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and I have like a cookie craft that I do at the beginning of the year with my kids, but I think I'm going to make something for If You Give a Mouse a Muffin just to go along with it, because this is definitely way easier for the kids to see the illustrations. And it's actually in like fairly decent quality. Like all the pages are intact, the binding is still good, nothing's torn or ripped out. So I'm really excited because I love big books, especially for my preschoolers and my kindergartners. And I just find that it's a lot easier for them to kind of figure things out. We can kind of sit in a circle and I can just open it flat in front of me, and then they can kind of look for pictures. It helps engage them more in the story. You can do it with a normal sized book, but it's just a little bit more difficult. And you know, just their visual field here, they have so much more to look at as opposed to in a smaller book where they really have to search for something. So like I said, super excited about this one. And then this one, I feel like I got mostly for me, but it is a cute story. I feel like I've definitely read it before or had it read to me at some point in my childhood. It's called A Dark, Dark Tale, and it looks really spooky, but it's actually a really cute story, and there's a lot of repetition in it, which is one of my favorite things, especially with the types of kiddos that I'm working with, that they just kind of need that extra repetition, and it makes them feel so good when they like know what's happening next in the story. So I always like to see that you know, they get really excited because they can already tell what the rest of the story is, you know, how it's gonna sound. Also, there's a Houdini cat on the cover, so it was meant to be. But the illustrations are really dark and spooky looking. I don't know how much you can see, but I'll spoil it just in case you just want me to get to the point. At the end of the story, they find a cute little mouse that's sitting in a box with a little nightcap on, and he's really scared living in the house. So it's really an adorable story. I think I'm going to use it for Halloween, right around that October time, especially with my little kids, because I like doing these kinds of books with them. I'll probably do it for like kindergarten and first grade, because my preschool kids I have a pretty solid Halloween curriculum for already. But those were definitely two of the books. I want to go back to it and figure out what books that I want, because I was just so overwhelmed in the moment that all of the books that I ever thought to buy went out the window. I'm excited to go back and look for some more books. These were just the two that I limited myself to. I was good. They had some Goosebumps books, which was really nice, so it'll be interesting to see if I can find any other gems in there. I'm pretty sure every book that I ever could have thought of or wanted is probably there. So I'm really happy about that. They had a lot of teaching materials. I guess when teachers retire, they kind of just donate them to these stores, and it was a gold mine. So definitely if you are in Maryland, I think there's 3 Wonder Book stores. I'm not 100% sure where all of them are, but I think there's about 3 of them, I was told. So definitely check it out, because there's a lot of good educational stuff there, if you kind of just pick and hunt through it, which is half the fun. Anyway, I'm gonna close this vlog out now because it's probably already way too long, and I'll get started. Today, I'm working on my confidential comprehension and my articulation cards. Those are my 2 things that I'm trying to knock out today. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!